you guys are having an amazing Saturday. Welcome, y'all. We want to do a live stream tonight because we've been having quite a few students asking us about, man, like, what do I do to prepare for PTCAS opening up? As we record this right now, y'all, PTCAS is opening up on a Wednesday night. Wednesday, period. The 17th, right? And so this is the first time they've opened up, at least since we've been coaching. It's the first time that they've opened up this early. So there's been a lot of students that have just been a little nervous and a little on edge. And so we decided to do this live stream for you guys to make sure y'all are good. And then by the time it opens up, y'all actually know what to do. Is that cool? Is that cool? Casey, how you feeling tonight, man?
I'm good. It's the weekend, so I can't complain. I hope y'all are doing well and taking some time for yourself and not freaking out too much. That PTCAS is open on Wednesday, so I'm all good
as well. For those of y'all that are watching live or replay, can y'all say now in the comments for me real quick if you guys are applying now? Like, this is the year that you're applying, because for those of y'all that are applying in the future, feel free to watch this. This is going to help you too, but this message is directed towards students that are applying this cycle, like as in they're like sitting down at home waiting for the 17th for PTCAS to open up, and they're ready to just like figure out how to navigate through this thing. So if that is you guys, comment now in the comments below. Let's talk about today. We are not talking strategy. So for those of y'all that are coming on here like, oh, they're going to help me with strategy for PTCAS. No, that's not what this is for. Like, side note, like, we'll do more about that later. So we will have other stuff in the future to help you out with the strategies like standpoint. But tonight, it's about students that are feeling anxious, students that are nervous, students that are trying to figure out, how do I make sure that by the time Wednesday comes, I'm actually good to go, and I'm not going to be in a position where I'll just like, it'll open up and I'll freak out and it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, here we are, boom. Like we want to help you guys do that. So if you guys are applying now, comment now and tag your friends. Let's lock in. We're going to share 3 key points. If you guys can take these 3 points and apply them, you will be that much more prepared for Wednesday. If you don't, then it's a crapshoot. You know what I mean? So we want to help you guys actually feel prepared. Here's the first point. So as we share each point, I'll say the point. Casey and I will both talk about it. And then when I say the point, though, please write it down in the comments. Why I want you guys to do that is, 1, it'll help you guys learn better, right? Like, as y'all are actually listening to us, y'all will actually learn better. But number 2, it'll also allow you to help out other students that like come to this later and they're like, hey, I don't have that much time to actually watch the video. I mean, I suggest y'all watch it, but whatever. Like, if they're like, I want like something really quick, they might skim through the comments, and within 30 seconds, they'll at least know what the 3 key points are. So as we're going through, would you guys be okay with just putting it in the comments? Just say, hey, this is point 1, point 2, point 3. Is that cool? All right, perfect. So point 1, for those of you that right now are applying this cycle and are feeling nervous regarding PTCAS, the first point is look beyond the feelings. Can y'all put that in the comments for me real quick? Look beyond the feelings. For those of y'all that are coming in right now, great to have you guys. This is for the students that are applying this cycle, that are trying to figure out, yo, like, how am I gonna, like, how do I prepare mentally? I'm freaking out. You know, I'm a little stressed. I'm a little anxious. PTCAS is about to open up. Like, what the heck do I do? All right. So the first point is look beyond the feelings. Can y'all put that in the comments for me real quick so that students that are coming after you can see it? So here's what we mean by that. And then Casey and I are about to discuss this point before we go to point number 2 is, like, if I'm nervous right now as a pre-PT regarding PTCAS opening up, I have to ask myself, why? Why am I feeling nervous? Like I think I've gotten at least three messages from students yesterday alone that were like, hey, like, I'm freaking out. And these are students that are not being coached by us. Like, if you're not being coached by us, our coaching program closes tomorrow night, by the way. So if y'all want to get in and get some direction, get your behind in. But for those of y'all that are not, it's like, what do I do? Okay, so the first thing is, like, if I'm nervous, I have to ask myself why. And I think one of the biggest things is we let our feelings and our emotions control us so much, and we don't know why we're feeling them. If I'm feeling nervous, but I'm actually prepared, then maybe it's just like the pre-game jitters, right? Even great athletes feel nervous, right? Even Michael Jordan before a game sometimes said he felt nervous, but he never felt unprepared. So when he was nervous, he always understood why he was nervous. He understood that he was nervous because it was on a big stage. Maybe it was a big game in the playoffs. Maybe it meant a lot, but he knew he was ready. So you have to ask yourself, if I'm nervous right now, why? Is it one, because I don't have direction? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, Casey. So I'm nervous because I don't know what I'm doing right now. Is it because you don't have the right people around you? I don't know. Like, that might be it. Is it because you feel like you don't believe in yourself? Like, just understand that every single time there's always going to be an outside reason for us to freak out and an inside reason. An external reason and an internal reason. External reason is me saying, I don't know how to do PTCAS. I don't know what the hell I'm doing this application cycle. I don't know like how to become a good applicant. I don't even know where I'm applying. Like, I don't know where I'm going. Cool. That's external. But you have to confront it. Because if you don't confront it, you won't know what to do next. Your internal could be doubt. Could be maybe you've gotten rejected before and you're freaking out because it's happened before. It's like, oh my, like, what if Joseph Casey, like, I've done PTCAS before. I've applied before. Like, I'm just scared. Like, I'm scared for it to just start. So like, okay, maybe I don't believe in myself right now. Maybe I'm nervous. Maybe I'm scared that things will go wrong again. So we just have to ask ourselves why. So point number one was look beyond the feelings. Because if we can look beyond the feelings, those are the students that are able to then confront, regardless of how big it is. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, we might as well know now instead of figuring that out in September or October or November when it's a little late. So Casey, regarding point number one, man, what are your thoughts on that before we go to the other 2 points?
Use PTCAS, and hopefully I'm still here. Hopefully I'm not breaking up too bad, but I think you should use PTCAS and not let it use you. So it's just a tool for you. That's what it really is. It's just a tool. PTCAS is for you to put in your information, for you to show the schools your information and your application. So if you view it like that, to coincide with your point that you were talking about, I think that should maybe bring down the nerves 10%, 25%. So I think you should just think about using PTCAS like, oh, this is for me, not something that is against me and going to defeat me. I can use this to get to where I need to go. So I think they should keep that in mind.
Got it. Perfect. Did that make sense for everybody? Can y'all say make sense in the comments for me if that made sense? Because I want to make sure that for those of y'all that are applying right now that are feeling nervous, you guys understand what we just said. If that makes sense, let us say make sense in the comments, because we just want to make sure that that actually registered for you guys and that actually was like, okay, I get it. Like, thank you. All right, here's point number 2. Point number 2 is control what you can and start early. So this is one that we talk about a lot. So right now, whenever I'm feeling nervous, like a lot of times I feel nervous about ish that I can't control. Right? So if I can't control certain things, that I don't have any reason to like worry about them. Right? So right now, like make a list at home. Here's a little homework. Like tonight or tomorrow or whenever you're watching this or listening to this, like make a list and say, all right, these are the things, boom, like these are the things that I can control in my application. Maybe right now I can control the amount of time that I'm preparing or using to prepare for the GRE, because I still have to take that. Maybe I can control the amount of time I give myself every single day to work on PTCAS. Maybe I can control the level of conversation I'm having with people that are going to be doing my letters of recommendation. Maybe I can control my ability to ask for help. Right? Like, so make a list for yourself, because it's going to be different for every single one of you. But I don't want you to go into this thinking, I'm scared, because I feel like sometimes we get in our heads for things that we have no business even trying to control or navigate. So make that list for yourself before Wednesday, before PTCAS opens. Make that list, because it's going to be your action plan. That's your map. That's your map before everything starts. That's your map of saying, all right, like I know what I need to be doing in order to make sure that by the time PTCAS opens, I'm good. Does that make sense? So control what you can and start early. Don't think to yourself, oh, my deadlines are in November. I'll just do it later. Nah, do everything you can as early as possible. Leverage it. Like like do it for yourself, if anything. Because a lot of times, like, we see students waiting to the last possible moment to try to figure everything out. Like, please use this as a blessing and just start as early as possible. Casey, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think you should definitely start early, but don't try and rush it either. So
Ooh,
yeah, like you need to start early,
yeah.
but I know there's people out there. I want my stuff in on July 1st, or man, by June 20th, shoot, I'm gonna have everything done. And that's great. I really do love that. We were an advocate for starting early and being on your stuff. But if it waits and if you have to push it back to July 4th or July 7th, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like we'd much rather you do that and have no mistakes than just saying, "Oh, I got mine in on July 1st. Look at me." Like, first of all, nobody cares. They're worried about their own application. We're not going to give you a medal for getting in your application on July 1st
Hmm.
or for June or on June 20th. No, I'm sorry, but nobody's going to care. They're going to be worried about their own stuff. So if you go in and try and post it, hey, I got mine in. Anybody else? Like they're going to be like, come on now. Like, so don't worry about that. If you have to push it back a day or two, we'd much rather that, because if you make a mistake by rushing, that's just going to make it a much tougher process and it's going to delay you even more. And you're not even going to have it in early because you made a mistake and had to retrace your steps, then push it back even more to put in your application. So yeah, start early. Like, let's go June 17th, let's get it. But at the same time, don't force it. Exactly. So that's my point for the second one.
Boom. Is this making sense, y'all? Is this still making sense? Perfect. Let's go to point number 3 in our final point. And write this down. Understand, please write this down. Understand that this is opening day. And it's a blessing, not a curse. Understand that this is opening day and it's a blessing, not a curse. So a lot of us are stressed out because of when it's happening. Most of you are still retaking classes for the summer. A lot of you are still planning on taking your GRE maybe in August, some of you in July or whenever. And so a lot of us are at this point of like heightened stress because we're like, oh my gosh, before it was early July when PTCAS opened up, but now it's June 17th. Oh my Lord, I'm screwed. I don't know. Y'all, like, understand that this is actually a blessing. It's a massive blessing. And like, I want you to see it that way so that as you're going through, you don't get to Wednesday and start panicking and thinking, oh, all hell is breaking loose. I'm screwed. Like, because I can tell you right now, if that's the mindset that you go into it, you will have a self-defeating like vibe about you that might lead you to procrastinate, because you'll be like, I don't know, it's too late for me or this, I'm freaking out. And typically when we freak out about something, what do? We avoid it, right? So you avoid it. You won't look at PTCAS. It'll overwhelm you. You'll get out of Facebook groups that could be helping you and all this other stuff. So understand this is just opening day. And the blessing is the fact that you have gotten a 3-week head start. That's it. Casey just said that, like, there's no need to force it. Y'all, schools ain't gonna see your ish till July anyway. So use this as your time to get all of your ducks in a row. Like, use this as your time to have all your ducks lined up, all your ducks laid out. What that means, letters of recommendation. Make sure they're, y'all should have like that stuff can just be done, right? Like line it all up, put in your classes, all the things that you can start doing now. Use the advantage of it so that you don't feel like you have to rush through it later. And then now, for example, if you're gonna say, hey, end of July is a good time for me to apply, or August is because I'll have everything else laid out. Now you'll only have a few more things to take care of. And you won't feel like in August you're having to like do everything at once. Oh, letters of y'all. Like, one of the saddest things is when I see students telling me, hey, my application hit a bump in the road because like 2 or 3 of my letters of recommendation didn't submit. I did everything right, but they didn't submit. So now I'm like in this, y'all, like, that stuff we can take care of. So use this blessing and take it as that. Hopefully that helps you guys calm down a little bit. Casey, what are your thoughts on that before we wrap it up?
Yeah, just use this time to show how great you are. Show how great you are and how much you've overcome as an applicant and how much you've done in the past to now present yourself to the schools that you're applying to. Like we've probably all heard this analogy for tests. Like if you think about the test that you're taking as an opportunity to show what you've learned or to show how smart you are, it may help you a little bit. Now I understand all tests are tests and we never like them, but at the same time, if you use that mindset for PTCAS, it might help you as well, kind of just make that switch and be like, okay, my heart's not beating as fast. It's maybe beating still a little fast, but not as fast as it was before. So now is your time to shine. Now is your time to show off. Now is your time to brag on yourself a little bit as to everything that you've done as a pre-PT to show the schools the great applicant that you are. So I'd keep that in mind as well.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Casey, we had one question in here. What are your thoughts on this, man? Raven says, I got a 294 on my GRE. I have a 4.0 GPA. My goals are 300. Do y'all think that's high enough on the GRE? Before I answer it, I want to hear what your thoughts are, man.
It could be. It definitely could be high enough, depending on the school that you're going to. I think that you need to find what their hard cutoff is, if they have a hard cutoff. If they do, then you really have to consider retaking it. But the thing with the GRE that I tell a lot of people who ask questions like this as to if I should retake them or not is I think it's really going to come down to your own sanity. Meaning, if you know, look back on the situation and for some reason, worst case scenario happens and you don't get in, will you beat yourself up for 6 months and go into some depression if you don't get in? You're like, man, if I had only retaken the GRE, man, I could be in a different place. If you might beat yourself up like that, then it might be for your own good to retake it as well as for your application as well. But if in all seriousness, you're like, man, I have a 4.0. I feel strong about it. I don't want to take the GRE. I can do my other parts of my application. I'm good. And the schools line up like that. Hey, I'll be good. Either situation, I'll be fine. Then, hey, you might not have to retake it. But those are the things I would keep in mind.
Cool. Solid, solid. That was a perfect answer. So hope that helped. And if you want to talk about it more, feel free to reach out to us at contactpreptgrind.com. Let's talk more specific to your situation. But for everybody else, did all these points help tonight? Can y'all just let us know, like, do some hearts or some likes or whatever, just so we know that this actually helped tonight. But y'all, do not freak out. PTCAS is opening up. You got it. Look beyond the feelings. Control what you can, and understand that it's a massive, massive blessing. And if you guys are still stuck, we are closing up the accepted system season 8. I think right now we have a little over 70 students that have just gotten into this new season. So if you guys are looking for direction, clarity, like y'all need the right people to help you guys have a game plan so y'all crush it, send us a message. Go to contactpreptgrind.com and be like, Casey, Joseph, how do I get into y'all's program? I want y'all to apply with me so that I can make sure that I have the best shot possible to get in. If y'all want that, cool, get in. If y'all don't, you fine. But like, I'm telling you right now, this is something that you guys should not be panicking about in a way that like has y'all like running around like crazy. Like y'all are gonna be fine. Just take a deep breath, follow the 3 points from tonight, and attack it from there. Y'all, much love, deuces. Y'all have a good one. Many blessings.